In today's class, we talk about what? Electro. So here we'll be looking at few things in electrolysis. First one is definition of electrolysis. Second thing here is electrode. Electrode, definition of electrolysis. Electrode. Third, electrolyte. Fourth, factors affecting preferential discharge. Third is electrochemical series drawing. Then the last thing we are going to look at here is electrolysis of common electrolytes. So in our next class, we are going to discuss voltaic cell, Leclanche cell, Daniel cell, then calculation in electrolysis. You go and study, I will tell you about Faraday first law, Faraday second law, and Faraday. We don't have third law, first and second law. Now, if you're not paying attention. So we have Faraday first and second law. But I'm going to teach you calculation in electrolysis that you don't even need formula. You will solve without using the formula, without using Faraday's first law and second law. You will solve any questions in electrolysis. That is where you understand the need and the importance of stoichiometry. That is mass and volume relationship in chemistry. So in today's class, first of all, what is the definition of electrolysis? We can wait. You. Good. Clap for him. Clap for him. Who else? You. Yes.
Composition of light occurs when electricity is passed through another compound.
Okay. He's correct. Clap for him. Try you. What is electrolysis? What is electrolysis? You. You want to answer? Or is there here in church? What is electrolysis?
Electrolysis is the decomposition of compounds. It is the decomposition of chemical compounds in molten or aqueous solution.
Just like that. Clap for him. Who else can try? What is electrolysis? You don't say that in my class, you don't remember, you must try. What is electrolysis? Stand up. Huh? Huh? When you hear the word electrolysis, what comes to your mind? On the word electrolysis, what comes to your mind? Can you help him? What is electrolysis? Stand up.
I don't know the word. I know it's chemical decomposition.
Okay, you know that it is chemical decomposition of what?
chemical compound.
Okay. Sit down. You sit down. Always try. Okay, you want to try?
Electrolysis is the chemical decomposition of an element when electricity is being passed to an element.
Clap for him. Now, right. The chemical decomposition of a substance, chemical decomposition of a compound, a molten or aqueous solution due to the passage of electricity through it is known as what? Chemical decomposition of a compound, or should I say a substance, a molten on the board, molten, molten, or aqueous, due to the decomposition of due to the passage of electricity through it is known as what? In other words, you can say that electrolysis is a process whereby a chemical compound, a molten or aqueous solution, decompose as a result of passage of electric current through it. Did you understand that? So anytime you hear the word electrolysis, just remember a chemical compound does what? Decompose. Why? Electricity was introduced to it, was introduced into it, or it went through it. Do you get now? That is electrolysis. Are you paying attention? Good. Now, in electrolysis, we'll be looking at electrolyte. So I want us to learn the concept of this first. Now, what is electrode? Okay, he's saying something. Huh? Clap for him. Can another person try? You want to try? What is electrode?
Electrode is a compound in form of pole that conducts electricity.
It conducts electricity. Good. Clap for him. You try. You also need to add in which current it leaves or enters the what? Electrolyte. So, right, electrode is a compound in form of pole or rod in which current leaves or enters the what? Electrolyte. In which current leaves or enters the electrolyte. You can have something like this. And this is the electrolyte. You can call this positive and negative. And we have two types of electrode. We have two types of electrode. One is cathode. One is what? One is cathode. The other is what? Anode. One is cathode, the other is anode. Cathode is the negative electrode, while anode is the positive electrode. Did you understand? Now, there's something I want you to know about electrode. The electrode known as inert electrode. When you hear the word inert, what does that mean? Inert means compacted. It means inflexible. Something that is not flexible. Something that is rigid. That doesn't take part in the chemical what? Reaction due to some reasons. And when it comes to electrode now, we need to look at platinum and carbon. Platinum and carbon. For platinum, this platinum, it is poisoned by chlorine. It is poisoned by chlorine. While carbon, it is liberated or liberated by oxygen. Did you understand now? These two things are very important to know them because soon we'll look at questions in JAM and WAEC, you see how they ask their questions. Then you see the need to understand this. We have questions on ground to test our understanding here, to know that we understood what we learned. Do you get? Now, that is for electrode. Is that correct? And again, I want you to understand that oxidation takes place at the anode and reduction takes place at the what? Cathode. Note that oxidation takes place at the what? Anode. Here, oxidation takes place. And here, reduction takes place. In our next class, I'm going to make it explicit. I don't want to introduce ionic equation. I want us to, we are at the peripheral level of this thing. In our next class, we go very deeper into it as to drawing the equations that will validate the points we've proven there. Do you understand now? So I want us to take it step by step. Do you get? Now, that is for electrode, right? Okay. Can we test ourselves on anything electrode? Or okay, let's wait till we get here. Now, another thing I want us to learn is electrolyte. Is what? Electrolyte. What is electrolyte? Is what?
A compound that allows electricity to pass through them.
Clap for him. Give it to him. Is a what?
It's a compound that allows current to pass through it.
Clap for him. Who else wants to try?
Any substance that conducts electricity.
Any substance that conducts electricity is what? Electrolyte. Hold it.
When dissolved.
Now, electrolyte is a substance or a compound, a molten or aqueous solution that conducts electricity. Right? Electrolyte is a compound or a substance, a molten or aqueous solution that conducts electricity. Now look up. I want to show you something here. Okay, let me do that here. Electrolyte. Now we have two types of electrolyte. I want to use this concept to teach you electrolyte so that you understand it better. Now we have electrolyte and we have non-electrolyte. Under electrolyte, we have is in two divisions. We have strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Did you get? We have strong electrolytes and we have weak electrolytes. Now, examples of strong electrolytes. We have strong acid. We have strong base. We have salts. We can add alkalis. Now, for weak electrolytes, we have ammonia is there, water is there. We also have weak acid, weak base, but the basis is water first. Ammonium. We can add weak acids. IV, weak base. Now, for non-electrolytes, examples of non-electrolytes are all organic compounds that are not soluble, organic compounds. Let's not talk about the solubility and the insolubility, whether soluble or insoluble. I want us to take this thing precept upon precept, line upon line. Anything organic compound is what? Is non-electrolyte. Example, glucose, starch, you know them. These are non-electrolytes. So before we move further into factors affecting preferential discharge, I want us to look into some questions. Give me a question on electrolytes.
An example of strong electrolytes.
Classwork. Classwork. Now, give me one question. Number one.
The acid used in electrolysis of water is dilute.
The acid used in the
Electrolysis of water
electrolysis of water
is dilute.
is dilute. Option A. HNO3. B. CH2COOH. C. H2SO4. D. HCl. Which year is that?
2009.
JAM 2009. Number what? 18. Another question. Do you have another question?
Yes.
Which one?
Which of the following processes takes place during electrolysis?
Which of the?
Following processes.
Is it under electrolyte?
Yes.
Which of the following?
Processes takes place during electrolysis. A. Positive ion at the
No,
start.
that should be under factors affecting this preferential discharge. We'll go into that when we have that. Look for a question that has to do with examples of electrolytes or
We have number 10. An example of an example of strong electrolytes.
okay. An example of strong electrolyte.
A.
A.
Ethene.
Ethylacetate. B.
Ethanol.
Ethanol.
C. Glucose.
C. Glucose.
D. Sodium formate. D. Sodium formate.
D. Sodium formate. Which year is that?
It is 1981.
1981.
Number 6.
Number 6. Now, everybody do this. You have 5 minutes to do that. Which 5 minutes? 3 minutes to do that. I will go around and mark your book. Let me know. Okay. Can we just write it in your book? Write it in your book. I will go around and mark. After marking, then we'll do the correction together. Hope you have red pen here. You have red pen. Bring it out. Fast. You know you are preparing for JAMB, right? So I must test you with JAMB questions. Remember I told you before you write your JAMB in my class, before you write JAMB, you must have written it more than 5 times in my class. I will test you with many JAMB questions, both hard. I will start with difficult ones before moving over to the simple ones. So let me know that you understood what I did here. The acid used in the electrolysis of water is dilute what? Remember, I taught you something on strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. So use that understanding to answer question here. Now here, an example of strong electrolytes is, use that understanding, knowledge acquired here to answer this question. JAMB is simple. It's not hard as you think. So I'm going round. You have 3 minutes. An example of strong electrolytes: A. Ethyl acetate, B. Ethanol, C. Glucose, D. Sodium formate. The acid used in the electrolysis of water. In the electrolysis of water is dilute. A. Sodium nitrate 5. B. Ethanoic acid. C. Tetraoxosulfate 6. D. Hydrogen chloride. Are you there? Huh? Now submit, let me mark. Fast. 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 Today's date is what? First. Who wants this book? Let me see. Now pay attention. Stephanie, come. It is, are you listening to me now? It is better to fail in the classroom than to fail in the exam hall. True or false? It is better. I do tell students that it is better to fail in the classroom than to fail in the exam hall. Which one do you prefer? Fail in the exam hall or fail in the classroom? Because classroom, you still have time for what? Correction. So 0 is common in my class. In case you have 0, don't feel bad. Do you get? Now let's do correction together. The acid used in the electrolysis of water is dilute. The answer is what? C, H2SO4, because it is a strong acid. This B is organic compound. It's not even part of the question. It's off. So the answer is lies between A, C, and D. I saw some of you thinking B. B is wrong. So the answer is what? C. Number 2, an example of strong electrolyte. A, ethyl acetate organic compound. B, ethanol organic compound. C, glucose organic compound. D, sodium formate. Did you understand now?
Yeah.
So some of you had 0, some of you scored everything. I believe you've learned this one, right? Now let's proceed. Let's proceed. The next one is factors affecting preferential discharge. What did I say?
Factors affecting preferential discharge.
Now I'm going to use a clear analogy for this. A clear analogy for this. Who is using Samsung here? Is there any Samsung user here? Huh? Come. You. Come. Come with your 2 phones. Come with your 2 phones. Stand here. Soludo, come. Drop your own phone. Come. Now, this is Motorola what? G7. And this one is what? Mesa phone. Mass phone. Just button phone. Now, let's assume that this guy now, he has finished secondary school. Do you get? And he's working. After expenses in a month, he do make 200,000 naira after expenses. And this guy just entered SS1. Second week for that matter. Second week for that matter. Now, I come and I meet 2 of them with these 2 phones option. I believe that the scheme, the cost of maintaining this phone will be higher compared to this. And the market valuation of this will be higher compared to this. The value, if a criminal should meet you now, Amaba should meet you now, the first thing the Amaba will collect is this one, not this, right? Based on value. If I should present this guy with these 2 phones, and this guy is, let's assume that he's schooling at public school. There's no money at home. He's coming from a humble background, for instance. And you know this guy, I know your parents are rich, don't worry. Understand? So if I should present these 2 phones to him to choose, you know he will rush and take this one. He's working after expenses a month, he do make 50,000. Come closer. He do make 50,000 naira, right? But this guy makes 200,000 a month. That means in a year it's 2.4 million, right? This one in a year is how much now? 200,000. So if anything should happen to this phone, this one will choose this. If this guy choose this, that means he's foolish for choosing this phone. Why? Because he doesn't have the financial capacity to maintain this phone, should in case something happens to it. If anything happens to this phone, you just keep it somewhere and life do what? So it is better for him to choose this over this, right?
Yes.
So that means this phone was chosen in preference to this. Not that he doesn't want this one, not that this one is better than this, but this phone was chosen in preference to this, right? Remember, we're talking about factors affecting preferential discharge. And there are 3 factors, right? Wait, they are standing. There are 3 factors, write later. The 3 factors are position of ion, 1. Second is what?
Concentration of ion.
And the third one is what? Nature of electrode used. Do you understand now? So based on position of ion, this one will be chosen by this guy in preference to this. Why this guy will choose this one? Because even if anything happens to this phone, 2 months service can fix it. Did you understand? Now hold your phone. Hold this one. Hold this one. Come here. Let's draw something here. Look at this.
I see it on film. I Google it.
Here now is potassium. Here is sodium plus, magnesium 2 plus, aluminium 3 plus, zinc 2 plus, iron 2 plus, tin 2 plus, lead 2 plus, hydrogen plus, copper 2 plus, mercury 2 plus, silver plus, gold plus, right? Now, you draw this line again. Here is increasing electropositivity. Like this now is, and there's a middle line here. Like this now is decreasing electropositivity. Do you get? So this one now is fluorine minus, right? SO4 2 minus, right? NO3 minus, chlorine minus, bromine minus, iodine minus, now hydroxy minus, right? So here now, going up is increasing electronegativity. So this side is going down, is decreasing electronegativity. Now look up. Based on the first analogy we did, I need a question. Give me that jam question. Question.
Which of the following processes takes place when
I need the one that will have hydrogen ion as option. Check to the question. Check this side. Check anyone that has hydrogen ion in the option.
the electrolysis of concentrated solution?
Let's pay attention. Question now. In the electrolysis of concentrated solution of
Sodium chloride.
concentrated solution of sodium chloride. Where's the other duster? Of sodium chloride. Of sodium chloride. Using inert electrode.
Which of the following ions are discharged by the cathode and anode?
Which of the following ions are discharged at the cathode and anode respectively, right? Now option A is what?
Hydrogen and chlorine.
Hydrogen ion and chlorine ion. B,
Sodium and H2O.
sodium ion and what?
OH.
Hydroxy ion. C,
Hydrogen ion and
hydrogen ion and what?
OH.
OH, hydroxy ion. D,
Hydrogen and chlorine.
hydrogen ion again.
Like that, the other time you see it has to be upside down.
It has to be what? Sodium ion and chloride ion. Which year is this?
2003. Yes.
Chloride ion.
It's the same thing.
No, it's
but
same thing.
it should be chloride and hydrogen.
No, don't worry. Let's work like with this. JAM 2000 and what? slash what? 22. Okay, based on what we are saying before, that phone, the phone he has, let me see your phone. This phone now, this phone now is more concentrated. That is, it has tech capacity more than this. It has security more than this. It has camera quality more than this. It has market valuation more than this. But this guy is in SS1. So he has to choose this one in preference to this. Not that he doesn't need this one. He needs this one more than this, but because of his position of iron, position of education, financial position, he has to choose this one. Now look up now. Let me use this question to strike a balance based on position of iron. Look at where sodium is. Look at where hydrogen is. Sodium is more electropositive compared to hydrogen, which means here now, sodium is more reactive compared to hydrogen. That means we're supposed to choose sodium. This guy is supposed to collect this phone, but based on his position, he has to do what? Choose hydrogen. Now, to answer this question now, we'll do it over here. Look up, over here now. At the cathode, you know that cathode is a negative electrode, while anode is a positive electrode. And anytime you hear concentrated solution of sodium chloride, just know that it means what? Brine. It means what? Brine means concentrated solution of sodium chloride. Did you understand now? So here now, don't forget that this is sodium chloride plus H2O, which is that brine concentration. Now, sodium is plus, chlorine is minus. Here now, we have hydroxy minus and H plus, ionic representation of water. This one, ionic representation of sodium chloride. Now, let's compare these two now, because we are in the position of what? Ion. And we have used this phone as a clear analogy that this guy ought to choose this one, not that one he's looking at, because his position now doesn't need this phone right now. This is the person that needs the phone. So now, sodium is more reactive, more electropositive than this. But based on position of ion, this will be chosen in preference to what? Sodium. That means the positive electropositive element will come to negative electrode. You write hydrogen here. So what are we saying in essence? The less reactive electropositive element will be chosen in preference to the more reactive electropositive element. Write it in your book somewhere. You write, don't worry. The less reactive electropositive element will be chosen in preference to the more reactive electropositive element. In brackets, in terms of position of what? Ions. Again, you can say the less electropositive element. Again, you can write again. Second one, the less electropositive element will be chosen in preference to more electropositive elements. Okay, I should repeat the first one. I said that the less electropositive reactive element will be chosen in preference to the more electropositive reactive element. Open a bracket in terms of position of ions. Second one, the less electropositive element will be chosen in preference to the more electropositive element. Do you understand now? So if you compare these two phones, now this one is more reactive compared to this one. This one now. So but this guy chose this one based on what? He's still in SS1, first term, second week. But this guy has finished what? Secondary school. He's working. He needs a good phone to discharge his duty at work. Do you understand now? Good. Now, to still solve this question and to clear us on this now, we want to talk about concentration of ion. Now, we're going to swap. You come this side. USS1 students. Working class. Now, this guy now is a content creator. He has paid his price in terms of value. He's good at content creating. He can create good content. In fact, he's doing well, but he lacks one thing: good phone. Eh? Now I want to assume that this thing now, that this marker now is iPhone 14 Pro Max. Hold it. This iPhone 14 Pro Max. And this black marker now is what? Samsung. Samsung Galaxy Galaxy what? No, okay, let's say Samsung S10. And you know that, hold your S10. And you know that the watt of Samsung Galaxy S10, the watt is, it should be, let's say 300,000 based on, you know, we are in Nigeria and the economy is messed up, is slum. The Gaban's administration. Everything now, there's hyperinflation. So this Samsung Galaxy S10 now is 300,000 naira. But you know that iPhone 14 Pro Max, the watt is over 900,000 naira, right? And the camera is better than Samsung Galaxy S10. Samsung users, don't argue. We are saying something right now. Even if I use 21 Ultra, I go still talk. So now, who needs a better phone here? A content creator, right? And this guy now is in SS3, wants to write WAEC. If this guy, if he chooses iPhone 14 Pro Max, he may not use that phone till he finish his WAEC. Somebody might steal the phone, or the phone might fall and break. It doesn't have the capacity to fix the phone because this one is already working. This one is not working. This one has the financial capacity to maintain the cost, to maintain the phone at any cost. But this one has no financial capacity. So now, we are talking about concentration of ion. Here, we don't work based on position. Here, we work based on concentration because iPhone 14 Pro Max is more concentrated in terms of tech, in terms of camera visibility, clarity, and, should I say, authenticity. In terms of market valuation, iPhone 14 Pro Max is better than Samsung S10. So that means, no how, if this guy chose, let's assume that he chose S10, that means he's foolish. Do you know? And if this guy, if he picked 14 Pro Max, he's still foolish. Do you know why? One slap from an armed robber with dagger, he will just lose guard the phone. And he may be broke, and one smart guy will meet him and say, "Hi bro, let me give you 450k so that you give me the 14 Pro Max." I say, 450 what? Brother, come and take it. Give me the money. Because he doesn't know the worth of the phone he's carrying. Do you understand the point now? So in terms of concentration, we go for the one that is what? Highly concentrated, the more concentrated element. So now, between chlorine and hydroxy, which one is more concentrated based on concentration of ion? Chlorine, right? So here we're going to write chlorine being a negative element, electronegative element. It will be attracted to positive electrode. Do you understand? So therefore, the answer becomes H plus and chlorine minus. So the answer here now is what? A. Be careful. What if JAMB twist this question and put anode and cathode here? Anode and cathode. That means the answer will be what? Chlorine minus and hydrogen plus. You don't understand? Rubber phone here. 2 seconds. You can go back to your seat. Do you understand this thing now? Based on factors affecting preferential what? Discharge. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question? I don't understand you. Is it clear? Ask your question. This is the question. Now, sodium is electropositive element, right? Now, when you did ion in secondary school, you were taught that ions are elements that are either positively or negatively charged. And we have two types of ion. We have cation and anion. Cations are elements that has positive charge, or you can say that they are positively charged. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Why anion are elements that are negatively charged? Examples of them is sodium plus. Everything here is cation. Everything here is electropositive element. Chlorine is electronegative element, which is anion. Bromine, electronegative element, anion. Iodine, electronegative element, anion. But hydroxy is a radical. This is a radical. This is a radical. Fluorine, anion. Do you understand now? And you know there's difference between radical and ion. Hope you know. Are you aware? Radical are a group of atoms that are either positively or negatively charged, which takes part in a chemical reaction and exist as a single unit. Example of radical is this. This. You can still have, if you have something like this, it's a radical. You see now, group of atoms that are either positively charged or negatively charged, which exist as a single unit and takes part in a chemical reaction. So now sodium ionically is plus 1, but in chemistry you don't write plus 1, you just write plus. Chlorine ionically is minus 1, but in chemistry you don't write minus 1, you write just minus. Now when it comes to water, you have 2 hydrogen here, you have 1 oxygen. Ironically, this is hydroxy and H plus. So this one is minus, this one is minus. That means 2 of them are what? Electronegative, right? Plus plus, which means both of them are what? Electropositive. Now we are talking about, for you to answer question here, this is where we are now. For you to answer question here too. For you to answer question in electrolysis of common electrolytes, you must consider this. You have to know this off heart first. Now you consider position of ion and constitution of ion. Again, you consider nature of electrode use. You give me question on that, nature of electrode use, soon. I'm coming. If you watch here, we are told using inert electrode. Remember I told you something about inert electrode, that platinum and carbon are inert electrode. And observe that I have chlorine here. That means chlorine would have attacked platinum. Remember I have oxygen here. And oxygen would have liberated what? Carbon. Did you understand now? Give me a question on where I want us to see how JAMB do ask question on these factors affecting preferential discharge. Did you understand? So where should I clean now? Let me clean up there, that electrolyte. Check questions electrode. Do you see? Have you seen? I'm coming. Oh yeah?
The product of electrolysis.
The
product of electrolysis.
This one will be classwork. Oh.
The product of electrolysis of dilute sodium hydroxide using platinum electrode.
Good. 1. The product of electrolysis. The product of electrolysis using
Of dilute sodium hydroxide.
okay of
Yes.
of dilute sodium hydroxide
Using platinum electrodes.
using platinum electrode. Eh? Option A.
Option A. Sodium metal and oxygen gas.
Sodium metal and oxygen gas. B.
Hydrogen and oxygen gases.
Hydrogen and oxygen gases. C.
Water and hydrogen gases.
Water
And hydrogen
and hydrogen gases. D.
Water and sodium metal.
Water and sodium metal. Which year is this?
2002 slash 15.
JAM 2002/15. Search for another question.
In the electrolysis, we have
Check for the year here. Check. You see the year. Check for the year. Now number 2.
in the electrolysis of brine,
In the electrolysis of brine,
the anode is
the anode is
option A, zinc,
option A, zinc. Option B,
platinum,
platinum. Stop the noise. Option C,
carbon,
carbon. D, copper. Which year is this?
2012, 2021.
2021. Eh?
Yes,
Number 19. Fast, everybody, class work. Using nature of electrode. Using nature of electrode. Answer these questions. You have 5 minutes to do that. In our next class, we're going to talk about, I will teach on cell, all these voltaic cell, battery, Leclerc cell, Daniel cell. Then the third class is everything on calculation. Everything on calculation. In this topic, electrolysis. You see, it is simple. Do you understand now? You see the way they ask their question now. You need to understand the concept very well so I can answer the question. Hope you are following. Huh? Have you seen that JAMB is simple? It's not hard. It's not what? It's not hard. It is hard when you don't read and you don't follow up. And I can't teach you without giving you classwork. So test yourself. For those of you that got this number 2, you answer the question that was asked when you were not even born. 1981. Huh? The product of electrolysis of dilute, understand the question, the product of electrolysis of dilute sodium hydroxide using platinum electrode. Using platinum electrode. A sodium metal and oxygen gas. Search for more questions. More questions. There are some questions there. one I think. After this one, I'll clean these places. We'll solve more questions. Then we'll call it a day. Or maybe I'm going to introduce this topic now. Or should I show you the calculation? Okay, that means Leclerc say and Daniel say you can read it on your own and understand. But I will test you to know whether you understood what you read. There's a way JAMB will ask their question. JAMB may ask you, the battery in a bicycle lamp is which type of cell? Or they may ask you, the headlamp of your father's car is this which type of cell? So that is why you need to go and read those things. I don't want to say anything, no, I did not say anything. Go on your own and read Voltaic cell, Leclerc cell, Daniel cell. You're asking me, is it not? And I said, I don't know. Did I know? No, I'll make the video soon. And I'll make a video on chemical equilibrium. Go and watch that because next time we're going to do that chemical equilibrium, both solubility. You see, all these tough topics in chemistry is what I'll be doing now. When I'm done with them, I'll then go back to the simple ones. All this solubility, chemical equilibrium, chemical energetics. Afuba rule, whose rule? Pauling exclusion principle, those things. All this electronic configuration, chemical combination, covalent bond, equivalent bond. I will show you how to know covalent bond, how to know equivalent bond. Once you see them, you just know. You don't even need to stress yourself. Look at it, you know. When you acquire the knowledge, if you look at it, you know. Which one? No. Sharing of electron. When it comes to equivalent bond, that is transfer of electron from metal to non-metal. Ionic. Are you done? 2 minutes more.
Oh, Jesus.
2 minutes more. Agaba. But we are staying. They are doing class work. My academic video. This is classroom video. I am at Social Diploma at the Media Academy. You can look at the boss, the CEO of Social Diploma at the Media Academy is my mentor and my boss. So I came to his lesson center to teach electrolysis. If you want your child to acquire excellence in sciences and in JAMB, once you enter Onitsha at Upper Iweka, ask anybody in Mbemena Junction. At Mbemena Junction, by Way Road, ask anybody Social Diploma is the address of that place. Only one Success Diplomat Academy. Only one in Onitsha. In Anambra State. In Anambra State. So if you are not here, you are missing.
If you want to succeed,
you come here.
If you want to have academic excellence,
come here.
Because giving every opportunity, every learner is a potential achiever.
Hey! I don't learn this one. Write this thing down.
You are a potential achiever.
Yes.
When you are given the opportunity to learn.
Yes.
And what do you learn? Study.
Yes.
This is success. There's no failure here.
No failure.
No failure.
No record of failure.
It's not in our DNA.
No, not. Okay. Thank you, sir. Submit now so that you know that you are correct. Submit. You're almost through. Huh? Number what? Okay, I should write number 8. Number 8. Let me write it now. Dictate number 8. Yes, another question. Number 8. Dictate the question. Number 3.
Which
Which of the following statements is true
of the electrochemical series?
of the electrochemical series?
Option A.
Option A.
Electropositivity of metal increased down the series.
Electropositivity of metals increase
Down, down the series.
than the series.
Electro
B.
Electropositivity of non-metal decreased down the series.
Electropositivity of of non metal does what?
Decreased down the series.
Decrease
Down the series.
than the series.
Option C.
Option C.
Electronegativity of non-metal decreased down the series.
Electronegativity of non metals decrease what? Where?
Sorry, increased down the series.
Oh, increase than the series. Option D.
Electropositivity of metal decreased down the series.
Electropositivity of metals does what? Decrease than the series, right?
Yes.
Which year?
1999.
JAM
That's 31.
1999/31. Include this one. Okay, just submit this. We'll answer this one orally. Submit the one you've done. Let's mark. Submit. Everybody submit here. Submit. Let's mark. Stephanie, you mark this book. Where's the red pen? Huh? Where's the red pen? Huh? Okay, you hit the red pen, so I don't have 0, right?
Yeah.
I'm not with it now. That means someone hit the red pen. Where's the red pen? Where is the red pen? Okay, it's there.
Hello?
Are you ready now? Let me do this. For this thing. Now look up. Now look up. The product of electrolysis of dilute sodium hydroxide using platinum electrode are A. Sodium metal and oxygen. gas. B. Hydrogen and oxygen gases. C. Water and hydrogen gases. D. Water and sodium metal. I want to show you something. Which reaction is this? Which reaction is this? They say the product of dilute sodium hydroxide using inert electrode. This using inert electrode. This using inert electrode is what? And here we have sodium plus and hydroxide minus, right? Now using platinum electrode. And we know that here we have oxygen and hydrogen, right? We have oxygen and hydrogen. So already we know that an oxygen is a diatomic element. It can't exist one. So we say O plus O will give us O2, which is gas, right? So oxygen now is 2 minus. Do you understand now? And we know that in terms of position of ion, that hydrogen will be discharged in preference to sodium, right? Now our concern is that oxygen and chlorine, because we are seeing sodium metal and oxygen gases, hydrogen and oxygen gases, water and hydrogen gases, water and sodium metal. Okay, let's stay away from analysis of chemistry here. Let's just answer this question logically. Logically, based on what we knew and what we understood. The answer is hydrogen and oxygen gases. You have a question? And you got B? How do you guess the answer? Already you know that platinum is poisoned by chlorine, right? And you know that platinum is not attacked by oxygen or poisoned by oxygen, because they say using platinum. And you know that in any reaction that has to do with position of ion, that hydrogen must be discharged in preference to sodium. So sodium here now is a red flag already. That A is wrong, right? Water and hydrogen gases here, you know that is not it, because when this water split, we have what? Hydrogen ion and hydroxide. Is that correct? Water and sodium metal, that means A and D is totally what? Wrong. The answer lies between B and C. Based on what we've learned so far. Remember I told you I don't want to take you guys deep into ionic equation, because I haven't finished that redox reaction. I said that with you guys. I want us to understand redox reaction and have cell equation before we go into, this one has reaction that looks like redox too. Hope you know in electrolysis, but I'm trying to avoid that part till we have balanced perspective on anything redox reaction and ionic equation. Do you understand now? So the answer is what? B. Now, using this analysis now, I'm going to show you the clear analysis later when we are done with redox reaction that we started last week. Now, here, in the electrolysis of brine, the anode is, and the question is, before you answer this question, what is anode? Positive what? Electrode. Positive? Good. What is electrolysis of brine? What is brine?
Sodium chloride.
Chloride and what? Water.
Water.
So this is sodium plus, chlorine minus, OH minus, H plus. Already you know that between these two now, this will be discharged in preference to this, right? And between these two, this will be discharged in preference to this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now they said at the anode. Now look at your option. You have zinc. This is wrong. You have copper. Wrong. So the answer between platinum and carbon. Now, platinum. Before you talk about platinum, remember that chlorine will be discharged in preference, and any electronegative element or compound discharge is going to what? Anode. Now, if this chlorine now is discharged going to anode, what do you think that will happen to platinum? To poison it. I want to ask you a question. If someone revealed to you that a man is going to your house to poison you, and you know the man, and the man came knocking, will you open the door?
No.
It's a clear analogy. Platinum know that chlorine is his enemy, and chlorine is coming. Do you think it will be platinum?
No.
Okay. Oh. Now, I see at the anode. Which one now will become the answer?
Carbon.
Is what?
Carbon.
The answer is what?
Carbon.
Do you understand now? The anode that you use catalyst was what? Carbon. Because chlorine does not attack carbon. It has no business with what? Carbon. Rather, oxygen does what? Attack carbon. Do you understand now? I think we will call it a day here. Okay, number 3, sorry. Look at this third question. I said you should not write it. Let's do it orally. Number 3 said, which of the following statement is true of the electrochemical series? Which of the following statement is true of the electrochemical series? A. Use this. Let me tell you something. Use this. Use this to answer number 3. Use this to do what? Answer number 3. Do you know the answer now? You know the answer now?
Yes.
Now, they say which of the following statement is true? Michael, hope you're paying attention. Which of the following statement is true of the electrochemical series? A. Electropositivity of metals increase than the series. B. Electropositivity of non-metals decrease than the series. Confusion. No? Electropositivity of non-metals. I did not say anything. C. Electronegativity of non-metals increases than the series. Keep looking at that thing. That electrochemical series. D. Electropositivity of metals decrease than the series. What they say the answer is there? What did they say the answer is? Let me help you. Wait, let me help you. Should I help you? B and C is wrong. That B and C is confusion. Let me help you. B, confusion. C, confusion. Now, why confusion? Which one is electropositivity of non-metals? Anything electropositive is metal. Which one is electronegativity of non-metal? Electronegativity you have got non-metal already. Increases than the group. Now, they digress to periodic table. Now, electropositivity of metal decreases than the series. Electropositivity of metals increases than the series. Eh? Look at this. Increasing electropositivity, decreasing electropositivity. Eh? Eh? It should be A. Wait. Let her give us her reasons for being A.
I think it should be A.
Give her mic.
I think it should be A because, like,
Is it on? It's on, it's on, it's on. Just hold it, just hold it.
it should be A because for it to start increasing, it has to start from down,
For
from down to
Uh.
increase. So I think it should increase down the series.
say your own, give me mic. You should say his own. Give me mic. She tried though. You answer your own. You are scared of mic now. Who wants to answer? Huh? Or should we leave it for the audience to answer? Look at your mouth. Yes. Who wants to answer? I have helped you by eliminating 2. Do you know this thing now? If you observe this C and A is saying the same thing. The positivity of metals increase than the series. What is the English meaning of increase? Something increasing than series. Sometimes you have to relate English to science to understand what you are doing. What does it mean for something to increase than the series? Now, you ask Google, what's the meaning of something increasing than the series? Ask Google. Why we are asking? Why asking others for their opinion? Eh? Why this said electropositivity of metal decrease than the series. Each of Google the meaning of increase than the series. You put Google meaning of decrease than the series. I want you to understand something. That's why I said do the research on your own. I won't say anything here. You say what?
As the electropositivity of metal decrease down the series, it means that the lower you go, the lower the electropositivity.
Are you talking about this one?
Yes.
The lower you go, the lower the electropositivity you go. Okay? That's your own opinion. Okay, who else? Who else? I don't like this poet class. Say something. Make a research and say something. You want to say something? Give him mic. You want to say something? Give him mic. Someone should give him mic. Pass it.
Increasing down the series means moving from one element to another.
Which one are you saying?
A.
Have you make your research?
Like, they're not really the same. They're talking about elements and
So you said your answer is what? Eh?
D.
D. Your answer is D. Who else? Who else? Who has to answer? SP. Say something now. Are you confused? Give him mic. Give him mic. Say something. Say something.
Oh, I think the answer is D.
You think the answer is D? Why do you think the answer is D?
Because they say it decreases down the series. That means that as you're going down, it will be decreasing more and more.
Okay. You want to say something? You want to say something? Okay. Give him mic. Give him mic. Wait. Give him mic. Pass the mic to me. So Ludo.
Uncle,
Huh?
I think the answer is D because when we talk about electropositivity, it's the ability of an atom to lose an electron. So on decreasing down, electropositivity the ability of an atom to lose an electron, we should be talking about eh? we should be talking about isn't metals mostly. So in decreasing down the group, you know, it's more like it gives the compound or the elements the more ability to
I like this
lose an
brainstorming plan. I like this
electron.
question. I'll not say anything. All of you will say something. Pass the mic. Pass the mic. Wait. Pass the mic. Collect the mic for me.
Since this C is wrong, that means A should also be wrong because I don't see anything different between both of them.
Uh,
And I think the answer should be D then.
the answer should be D.
Yes.
That means the one that said A is wrong, right?
Yes.
You think the answer is D. Same thing with you said by give her no, she said by give her mic. You don't just say the answer is A. Give us reason why the answer is A. Give her mic. Say something now. Are you scared? It doesn't have in trying. Which one do you think the answer is? Huh? He says the answer is A. Huh? Okay. I think I will not say anything here. Many of you have made your point clear. Let's leave the answer to the audience. Yeah, let it. No, I want them to say something. Just go.